Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. My name is Day, and if you like these types of videos, go ahead and subscribe and join the lovely family. And for those of you who have been here, thank you guys so much for coming back to join me for another video. In today's video, we are picking up on our femininity series. Femininity and womanhood is really one of my passions because I really feel like it's one of those things where it doesn't just happen. You have to be willing to put in the work, and you have to make the decision to make choices every day to become the woman that you want to be. It's something that I feel like we all do at different ages. I'm here to share with you guys some of the things that I did when I decided, okay, it's really time for me to get serious about my life, what I want in my life, and the type of woman that I want to be, and make those decisions to, all right, like make that shift. Although I definitely can talk to you guys all day about physical appearance and material things, I really want to focus on realistic femininity, where no matter what type of lifestyle you have, no matter what type of budget you have, there are things that you can do right now every day to kind of elevate yourself. And just sharing with you guys some of the things that I did, because it was a journey for me. Like, I have to be realistic. It was a journey. Some things just didn't come easy, but I'm happy to say that I'm satisfied on the path that I'm on, and I want to share with those of you who are also interested of being on a similar path. So let's go ahead and get started. I have some notes that I took just so I can stay on track. First thing I have on my list is making time for yourself, prioritizing time for you, not rushing. Oh my gosh, like I think that once you achieve that, a lot of other things you'll realize will come into play. Like, I was watching a video about like the things that rushing does to your mind. It really puts you in a state of stress. And although it is a big sacrifice, I think prioritizing your time so that you can get ready to be wherever you need to be, prioritizing your time so that you have time to just sit and think, and everything's not go, go, go all the time. Like, honestly, carving out time in your schedule if you need to where you really just have some time alone and some peace and quiet. Like, that makes a tremendous difference for your mental health. It makes a difference for those who are interested in elevating their appearance as well. You can't look 10 out of 10 when you're rushing all the time. Sometimes your body and your mind just really needs time to rest. I do not want to be up as soon as I wake up on a weekday and I have to work. All of a sudden I'm in stress mode. I gotta jump up, I gotta get ready quickly. Like, I really don't want to live that life. Obviously, you know, time is time for a reason, and we have to be places at a certain time. But just allowing myself, hey, let me wake up an hour earlier than normal so I can do extra things, so I can go for a run if I want to for literally 15 minutes. I like to go for a mile run. 15 minutes of my time, I think. Just go for a run. Get some fresh air. That's time to yourself. You get to listen to whatever music you want to listen to. Actually have time to come in the house and make yourself breakfast. Actually have time to really do a full shower routine, as opposed to, oh, I only have this little amount of time and I have to rush my shower routine. Absolutely not. You don't want to have to rush your hair, your shower routine, your makeup routine. You want to be able to iron your clothes in the morning, and really overall just really have that peace of mind. You want to be able to get up and pray, get up and think, and not just be on go 24/7. It stresses you out, especially as a mother. Huge, because I would get in those habits of, okay, let me get the kids ready, let me get the whole family ready, and then I just have a small amount of time for myself. No, like that doesn't work. So prioritize your time. Like, you show yourself that you care about yourself by doing that. You will have a peaceful morning, you will have a peaceful day. Not saying that negative things may not happen to you, but you're not starting off in the negative because you were rushing out the house. So my next thing, and this is a big one, ladies, removing yourself from conversations and situations that are not positive. And to be direct, I'm really talking about situations that involve you gossiping and talking about people in a negative way. I feel like as women, it is so easy to do. It is so easy to do, especially at work, or, you know, just in, you know, different spaces that you're in. And, you know, sometimes you have people in those spaces that you're not necessarily fond of. That does not mean that you need to sit around talking about people. If you see someone struggling, if you see someone's having a hard time, if you see somebody making negative decisions, honestly, do not engage in negative conversations about them. It does nothing for you. It doesn't build you up. It doesn't make you more money, girl. It does not make you, it doesn't do anything for you. So why engage? And that is also when it comes to entertainment as well. Huge thing. I know some people, you know, it's easy to get wrapped in with the celebrity gossip and, you know, the tea about who's in this relationship and who cheated on who, and, you know, who's doing this with their money. And it's so easy to get wrapped in with those things. But when you sit back and realize and ask yourself the question, what does that have to do with me? Like, honestly, it really has nothing to do with you. It really doesn't. I had to tell myself that, like, okay, yeah, you talked about this person, but what does that have to do with you? One. Two, you know, you didn't help anybody in the situation. And I'm just really big on whatever energy you put out comes back to you. Not necessarily that you're doing anything wrong, but, you know, when you're in that negative space, you're not building yourself up. You know what I mean? So some things that I have found to help, because sometimes you can want to be, you know, positive, but you just find yourself in those spaces. I'll say certain things like, you know, I don't have anything nice to say, so I'm just not going to say anything. Or, you know, I don't want to talk about anybody because I know I don't have it. You know, I'm still working on myself, so I'm not talking about anybody. Or my all-time favorite thing to say to people when I can see, like, the conversation is shifting to, like, gossip, negativity, that don't have anything to do with me. I don't want to hear nothing about it. It has nothing to do with me. And sometimes it can be hard because, you know, sometimes you want to, like, what happened? Like, who did what? And who, you know, but realistically, the pettiness, you'll be better off without it. In your real life, on social media, even in some of the shows that you watch, you'll realize, like, you let some of that stuff go for a while and see, like, the mindset shift that you'll have in your own life. It's really drastic. Okay, the next thing that I'm gonna do, the next thing I'm gonna mention is a big one. I feel like all of them are big ones, but this one, I feel like grown woman energy. Understand your cycle, okay? On a monthly basis, understand what phase you are in. Not just knowing, like, when you're ovulating and when your period is coming, because those are the two big things, right? Especially if you're trying to avoid pregnancy, or even if you are trying to get pregnant. Those are the two things that women usually focus on, like when they're ovulating and when their cycle is coming, right? Every week of the month is a different phase for us as women. We are really wired with so much intention. Every single week, you need something different. You're in a different phase every week. And that's something that as I begin to mature, I'm learning about myself. I downloaded this app. Let me show you guys. No sponsored content. I just downloaded this because I needed to, okay? It got to the point where I'm like, why? My body is lacking something. And a lot of times you'll realize when your body is lacking something, your emotions are connected to that thing. Like, honestly, but I downloaded this app called Lively. And if you click on let me show you guys. If you click on the calendar, hopefully you can see, it'll show you, like, the phases of the month. So obviously, like, the red will be like the cycle, and then you have, like, the luteal phase, ovulatory phase. The app will give you, like, different types of tips on things that you need, but you really don't even need the app. Just do your research on, like, okay, during this phase of the month, what is it that my body needs the most? What is expected of me? You kind of take notes on yourself. That's one of the things that I've done. Like, at each stage of the month, I'm taking notes on, one, how my body feels, how my mood feels. You will really realize a lot about yourself. Like, during the luteal phase, my husband knows at this point, honestly, it's not necessarily leave me alone, but just give me a little bit of time, because I need a little bit more. And I once I realized that, I started curating my diet to meet my needs during that phase. Everybody loves a good, you know, health cleanse, whatever, but sometimes at certain times of the month, or just certain times of your life, you need a little bit more. And understanding your cycle will help so much. It'll help with your decision making. Sometimes it will help, you know, you realizing, like, I'm a little bit more on edge than usual. What's going on with my body causing me to react this way? So yes, huge thing. It is a life changer, in my opinion. If you don't already do, I know a lot of women already do, but if you don't, please, honestly, if you don't take away anything else from the video, do that. You don't need an app. but you do need to track your phases throughout the month and kind of take note and see what your body needs, because I think that you will be a lot more prepared to take on the week, to take on the day. You know what to expect ahead of time. My next tip is planning. Plan for everything. Plan it. Even the things that you don't think are necessary to plan for. I plan for everything, and I know that that can seem like an overwhelming thought, but really it's just a matter of jotting it down in a note. This helps you not to make impulse decisions, especially as girly girls. We love to shop, we love to buy, a lot of us. I can't speak for everybody, because some of you really do just love to save. But a lot of us, we love to shop, we see it, we want it. And when you don't plan and prepare, a lot of times you can be thrown off and easily influenced by things. Everything that I purchase personally for myself, like meaning it goes in my closet and it's for me, or makeup, whatever, I plan for it. Honestly, kind of fight that instant gratification where you feel like you see it, you need it right away. That has a lot to do with self-control. And realistically, sometimes you really just need to give yourself time. I have put stuff, put it in the cart, put it in the save, and leave it alone. And see in 2 weeks if you still want that item. Do not be influenced by the sales. Oh, if you don't get it now, you know what I mean? It'll be gone. You won't get it. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes, yes. But usually, no. It usually always goes back on sale. I really do honestly feel like there's nothing that you can't achieve. Like, if you really sit and plan for it. So that is my thing, like really making sure that the things that you want, you're able to prepare for it. Not necessarily just saying, this is what I want. It's so sad that I can't have this thing, or it's so sad that I can't have this lifestyle. What is the plan? Like, that is my answer to everything. I know that I want to get a second house. I can sit and say, oh man, it would be really nice to have a second house. I just, okay, but what are we doing? It doesn't matter if it's a year plan, if it's a 5-year plan, it's a 10-year plan. A plan is a plan, and it is your life, and you can do whatever you want with it. So plan for everything. My last thing that's on the list is really being in a space of self-reflection. I really like to take time to reflect on how I responded in situations, my relationships with people, my relationships with those who are close to me, my relationship even with my children, just really showing those who are close to me that I really genuinely care about them. And I feel like when you're in that soft space of, I'm not gonna be, in a negative space with people. You can't control everything, but you can control the fact that you personally are not wishing negativity on anyone. You are doing the best you can to speak with people positively and just speaking life into people and being positive and speaking life over yourself and being intentional about your relationships. And all of that, I feel like, takes self-reflection. I feel like you're really able to be in your soft, gentle, feminine era when you're not surrounded by, just negative things in terms of what you say to people, and constantly having to apologize for saying something that was rude or inappropriate. Eliminate those things. If you are not quite sure how to respond to a situation, it is perfectly fine to let people know, I'm just not in the space to have this conversation right now, or I'm just not in the space to engage in this right now. I need some time. And I really feel like that gives you power. It's very empowering just to be in control over what you say, even when it's not reciprocated. And, I know that different people have different relationships. Not everyone has the best family life, work life at this stage. Hopefully that will change. But one thing that you can always control is you and how you respond. So self-reflect, think about the things that, in the past have triggered you, have made you upset, have made you switch into that, angry and intense version of yourself. Eliminate yourself as much as you can from being in those environments. Be slow to speak. Do not immediately say what comes to your mind, because you can't take something back after you said it. You can apologize, but you can't take it back. And really just focus on how you can be a more positive person. And that soft energy, honestly, it really takes over your life, and you will be more at peace. You'll have more time for the things that you love. Your mental health will be better when you reflect on that, self-reflect about, yeah, I know that last time when I was speaking with this person, or last time when I let this person in my life, it just wasn't a great place for me. And even though I care about them, I'm going to leave that situation where it is. When you do things like that, I feel like that empowering moment is really you stepping into your feminine energy, because you're not letting anything or anybody take you out of that space of peace. It is the best feeling, honestly, and I feel like anybody can do that. So yeah, those are my tips. I know it was a long one. Please drop your tips down below. I would love to, in another video, obviously get into the more the outside of things, but I feel like the first step is really working on ourselves on the inside. But let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you all in my next video.